Today is September 14th. Welcome on in to Daily Cards Live here on ClaibsOnline.com, brought to you by Mungenast St. Louis Acura and Royal Banks of Missouri. I'm Joe Roderick, right next to Bob Ramsey. Look at that. I can point right to you today. I don't have to point off screen.
We don't have to figure it out.
I know. I don't have to figure it out today. And we are coming to you from the backyard of Bootleggin Bobs here on Morgan Ford in Tower Grove South. They got the Central State sandwiches out there. You have a chopped cheese sandwich.
Oh, doctor.
Yeah?
Off the charts.
Yeah?
Off the charts.
You can see what the remains of the barbecue chicken that I have. And then as soon as we're done with this, we're going to record Weekend Joe. Andy Hanselman is on his way out here, and we'll see what Andy gets and talk about the sandwiches more. But you like what you got there?
Very, very good.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Yeah. Come on out every Thursday night. Kyle is out here, Central State Sandwiches, or you can find him on social media and see where he's at every day of the week.
You know what's great? The ingredients are terrific.
All locally sourced.
Three different kinds of meat, the cheese and all the fresh veggies on there and everything. But the bread, so often, for instance, when you talk about a Philly cheesesteak, if you don't have the right kind of bread, it's not going to be the same. This is perfect. This is really, really good.
They are out here again. You could find them online. Central State Sandwiches, their Instagram, their Facebook. He's always posting where they are at all weekend long, but they are out here each and every Thursday night. Cardinals off tonight, back home tomorrow against the Phillies. But as we have said so many times here recently, season doesn't matter anymore, but they just come off a 6-3 road trip, their toughest road trip of the season, and they go 6-3.
Well, the team, we felt one of the reasons we've been so disappointed in this team is because there is talent on the team.
Yes.
And now we're seeing, as much as we like to complain and whine about player development and all that, there's a good core of young players. Now, how many will emerge to be all-stars or, on the wish list to be superstars? I don't know. I'm not willing to predict that, but these are guys you can see there is talent. And so when you got talent, you're going to win some games. Now, they didn't do very much winning until lately, but I'm not surprised that there's a stretch where they're playing better. But what makes it particularly odd, they're not doing it against the Royals and the Athletics. They're doing against the Reds, who are at worst, contending type team.
They're going to be in until the last week of
the season. You got the Braves and the Orioles, by record, the two best teams in their respective leagues.
Yep.
It shows that while the pitching staff is far away from being championship, the position players I don't think are far away.
Yeah, the Reds virtual tie right now for the third wild card spot in the National League, and the Braves have already clinched a playoff spot, first team to clinch a playoff spot. And the Orioles and the Rays have a 4-game series starting tonight. That is gonna go a long ways towards who wins the AL East and has home field throughout and gets the 1 seed.
You got it right. If I looked correctly and remembered correctly today, 6 teams in the National League for 3 spots. Correct. And the Cubs arguably still trying for the division, but what are they? 4 games back of the Brewers now.
Yeah.
There's still time. You could even do that in a week, but so many things would have to break your way, and the Brewers are playing good ball.
Yeah. And I haven't looked to see if they even play each other
and
anymore.
Even with Christian Yelich out of the lineup right now. So
I got Josh Donaldson in there now to make up for it.
What's weird is he started to hit. It's crazy. It's really crazy. So so the Cardinals have done it against some very respectable teams, even very good teams.
Now they have the Phillies in town this weekend. They can play
spoiler
for them too.
Can you keep it going?
I mean, Phillies right now they're 4 games up on any of those third spots there. So they're
in good shape.
Yeah, they're in good shape right now. All the Cardinals could do is just kind of disrupt them a little bit this weekend.
And there are some people thinking the Phillies pitching could stymie the Braves. I don't see it. I think they do have good pitching. That's why they win games along with their terrific lineup. The Phillies I'm talking about. But there are some people who are thinking that the Phillies, if some things fall their way, could be a viable contender.
Yeah, yesterday for the Cardinals, and we'll preview that tomorrow, the Phillies series. But tomorrow yesterday, you saw Drew Rom go.
That was
pitch
nice
really
outing.
well.
Nice
I don't
outing.
know what it is about it. Maybe it's just he's left-handed, and it seems like Cardinals are always searching for that left-handed arm to come in and pitch well for them. But it just there's something about him that I like with his mechanics, his delivery, that I hope that he ends up, and the fact that they traded away Jack Flaherty and got him in return, that you hope that down the line it ends up benefiting them, and he ends up being a guy that you can give the ball to every fifth day and get a good start out of him. So. Maybe it's the beard. Maybe I kind of hope he's a Dallas Keuchel type guy down the road.
I think that's a good positive comp.
Yeah, when Dallas Keuchel was good. Yes,
yeah.
Dallas Keuchel with the Astros, not Dallas Keuchel with the White Sox.
Now Ram has not had a ton of success as a professional.
No,
but
he hasn't had many chances either.
But I mean, in the minor leagues too, he's just been a guy. But you can see when he's right that he is a capable big leaguer. Can he do it consistently? Heck, I don't know. I'm not willing to predict any of that, but he's at worst intriguing.
Yeah, and he'll get a few more starts. Adam Wainwright will get at least 3 more tries at 200.
Yeah, he pitched pretty well the other night. He got the win, and his ERA looked okay, but 3 strikeouts, 3 walks, some hits. His whip was double. In a given game, it doesn't necessarily matter, but it's not a good trend when you're multiple hitters or multiple base runners every inning. So I'm glad Adam got 199. It's still going to be a challenge.
What you're going to need is another start out of him. It's going to have to be the exact same game that you just had. He's going to have to labor to get you through 5 innings. You're going to have the lead, and then you're going to have to rely on the bullpen to get you those 12 outs. That's the only way he's going to get to 200 at this point.
My radio partner, Frank Cusimano, talks about 3 things have to happen. The offense has got to score. He's got to give you 5, and the bullpen has got to execute. And those 3 things have not come together very often for Adam Wainwright this year.
No, and now you put Richie Palacios in there, and he's just going to keep hitting home runs down the stretch.
Well, it's a little early. They say never fall in love in September or March, in or out of love, by the way, in September or March. But I think Palacios is going to give Burleson a run for his money. Now, there's also a scenario by which they both make the club next year.
And that's Dylan Carlson now is having surgery, so when is he going to be ready to 100%? Come back? Yeah, so maybe there is a spot on the opening day roster for next year for that.
But you kind of gave me the Joe look, but Palacios been a decent player throughout his minor league career. Burleson had a magnificent year at AAA last year. He's still, like, you see him play last night, and he had that beautiful hit to left field going the opposite way, but he doesn't run well. He's not a great defensive player. Palacios, I don't know. He's a $180 soaking wet. Is Richie a legit guy? I don't know. He doesn't get cheated with his hacks, though, does he?
No.
He does not get cheated. He can run. He's a terrific defensive player. I think this guy may have a shot.
Do you have we'll preview the series, the Philly series tomorrow. Aaron Nola in game 1 of that series, so we get another look at him before he heads to the to free agency. Ranger Suarez in game 2, and then Tijuan Walker in game 3, a guy who's kind of had a resurgence of his career with the Phillies, and we get to see yet another playoff team as the Cardinals will not be in there.
They just got, if they can keep hitting and just be the pitching just be respectable, and it's been respectable lately. Another guy that we've talked about and been critical of, and he's earned the criticism in my view, is Ryan Helsley. And it looks like, boy, I don't want to write anything in stone, but it looks like he's willing to try and go back-to-back days and willing to try and really attack hitters. So can he win me over by the end of the year? Well, we still got 2.5 weeks. Let's see.
No,
you say no.
I'm kind of off. I'm just off that right now.
Yeah,
I'm off the Ryan Helsley train for the moment. So,
well, I want the Cardinals to sign 2 starters and Josh Hader.
2 starters, yeah.
And the reason I come up with 3 is because Mozeliak said we got to bring in 3. So, okay, I'm using that number as my template. I don't see signing 3 starters. That doesn't make I just don't think they do it. But if I can get
there's enough guys that have shown that they're going to compete for that spot that I'm fine with 2.
Me too. And and give me a back of the rotation reliever though.
Yeah.
Somebody that I know is going to be good, then I'm starting to feel a lot better.
Or just, you could find we've seen the trend lately. Just you find one of those arms down in the minors that's throwing 101, 102 and just kind of groom him to be that next big closer. I'm fine with that.
I'm not willing to groom. I want to win now. I want to win next year.
The closers are a dime a dozen. I mean, Mariano Rivera only comes around so often.
They are, but it costs you more than a dime when they're not very good.
That's a good point. I saw a stat the other day. I saw a number the other day on Twitter. It was somebody had posted what every team's record would be if every 1-run game was flipped.
I saw that. The Cardinals still aren't great. They're not running away with everything, but they'd be in the hunt.
But they'd be 2.5 games back of the Cubs for first place in the NL Central.
Yeah.
That's how important that is that you met. Yeah. That just flip every 1-run game this year. And that would be the way that it would look.
The Cardinals are either first or second in blown saves and bullpen losses this year. An ignominious honor.
Again, we are coming to you from Bootleggin Bobs, and we got sandwiches in front of us. Rammer needs to finish his chopped cheese before he joins us for Weekend Joe. And we will join you again tomorrow for Daily Cards Live, previewing the Phillies and the Cardinals weekend series. And as always, we are brought to you by Munganess St. Louis Acura and Royal Banks, Missouri.
Over 60 years in our area, but our area, based on Royal Banks, is expanding. St. Louis proper, St. Charles, the East Side in Granite and Jerseyville, and 3 new locations are newish now in Northeast Missouri. And all of them say at Royal Banks, better service means better banking.
He's Bob Ramsey. I'm Joe Roderick. Talk to you tomorrow right here on Daily Cards Live.
Munganess St. Louis Acura has a great selection of new and certified pre-owned Acuras. Get 3.9% financing for up to 36 months on all new Acura models, or get $1,000 in loyalty incentives on the 2023 TLX and RDX, and $750 in loyalty incentives on the 2024 Integra. Get financing as low as 1.99% for up to 36 months on certified pre-owned TLX and MDX models. Munganess St. Louis Acura, better than ever for you.